She's moaning your name, but thinking about his body. Right now, while you're watching this, thousands of women are lying in bed next to their partners, pretending to be satisfied, while their minds are consumed with fantasies about another man. Last night, she told you she loved you. This morning, she texted her coworker, "Good morning," with a smile you haven't seen in months. Her body is with you, but her soul, her desires, they belong to someone else. Listen, what I'm about to show you is information that could destroy marriages if it falls into the wrong hands. But you need to know. Before I reveal these 8 hidden signs, I need you to prove you're ready for this truth. Smash that like button if you can handle knowing when she's lying to you. Hit subscribe, because I'm the only woman crazy enough to expose what we really do behind closed doors. And comment your city. I want to see how many men worldwide are living this nightmare without even knowing it. Sign number 1 is happening in bedrooms right now as you watch this, and it's so subtle that 99% of men never catch it. Picture this. You're making love to her, and she closes her eyes. You think it's passion, but here's the devastating truth. She's blocking you out so she can picture him. When a woman fantasizes about another man during intimacy, her brain literally disconnects from the present moment. Research shows that avoiding eye contact during intimate activity is a clear indicator of mental infidelity. Her pupils dilate, but not for you, for the image of another man she's projecting behind her closed eyelids. Let me paint you the exact picture of what this looks like. You're being intimate, and she suddenly turns her head to the side, staring at the wall. You think she's just getting lost in the moment, but she's actually imagining that wall is a window, and through that window she can see him. The coworker who smiled at her yesterday. The guy from the gym who always says hello. The ex-boyfriend whose Instagram she still stalks. Watch for these specific behaviors. She always insists on positions where she doesn't have to see your face. Doggy style becomes her favorite, not because of how it feels, but because she can close her eyes and pretend you're someone else. She stares at the ceiling during missionary position, lost in thought about another man's touch. She keeps her eyes shut so tightly that her face scrunches up. She's working hard to maintain that fantasy. Here's the most painful detail. When you try to make eye contact, when you gently turn her face toward you, she gets annoyed. "Can't you just let me enjoy this?" she'll say. What she really means is, "Stop breaking my fantasy with your actual face." But if you think that's bad, wait until you see sign number 2. This one happens every single day, and you've been ignoring it. Sign number 2, the mechanical kiss. As a woman, I can tell you, when we're truly present with you, our kisses are desperate, hungry. We grab your face, we pull you closer, we can't get enough. But when our mind is elsewhere, we kiss you like we're kissing our grandmother goodbye. The mechanical kiss is deadly because it happens so frequently that you normalize it. She gives you quick pecks instead of passionate kisses. She pulls away immediately after your lips touch, like she's checking a box on her daily to-do list. Kiss boyfriend, check. Here's what's really happening in her mind. She's saving her real kisses, her passionate ones, for her fantasies. In her daydreams, she's having those deep, soul-stirring kisses with the man she actually desires. You get the leftovers. Let me tell you exactly what this looks like. You lean in for a kiss, and she gives you her cheek instead. When you do get her lips, they're pressed together tightly, like she's trying to minimize contact. There's no softness, no opening up, no invitation for more. It's a closed-mouth, closed-heart kiss. Watch her body language during these mechanical kisses. Her hands don't come up to touch your face. Her body doesn't lean into you. She might even have her arms crossed or at her sides. Compare this to how she used to kiss you when you first met. Remember how she would melt into you? That passion didn't disappear, it just got redirected to someone else in her mind. Here's the cruelest part. Sometimes she'll try to overcompensate after a particularly mechanical kiss. She'll suddenly grab you and give you one passionate kiss, but it feels forced and fake. That's her guilt trying to cover up what she's really feeling. The kiss test never lies. If her kisses lack fire, if there's no urgency, if she doesn't initiate, Her heart and mind are somewhere else. Real desire can't be faked, and mechanical kisses are the clearest sign that she's going through the motions, while her real passion is reserved for another man. Now here's where it gets really dangerous. Sign 3 happens in public, and other people can see it before you do. The wandering phone. Her phone becomes her portal to him. Every notification makes her heart race, not because it might be you, but because it might be him. Watch her face light up when she gets a text, then watch it fall when she realizes it's from you instead of her fantasy man. This sign is devastating because it's constant. She checks her phone while you're talking to her. She hides the screen when messages come in. She smiles at her phone more than she smiles at you. That little device has become her escape route from your relationship and her gateway to her emotional affair. Here's the psychological truth. Her phone contains her real life. The conversations that excite her, the social media profiles she stalks, the photos she screenshots to look at later. You're the interruption to her real emotional connection. Let me break down exactly what this looks like in real time. You're having dinner together, and her phone buzzes. She immediately reaches for it, but then catches herself and says, "Sorry, probably just work." But you saw that flash of excitement in her eyes before she remembered you were there. She checks the message anyway, and you see a micro-expression of disappointment cross her face. That wasn't the person she hoped it would be. Watch how she types messages when you're around. She holds the phone at an angle where you can't see the screen. She types quickly, then deletes and retypes. She's crafting the perfect message for someone, and it's not you. When she's done, she puts the phone face down, but keeps glancing at it, waiting for a response. Here's what's in her phone that you're not seeing. Screenshots of his social media posts. Long text conversations that she deletes parts of to hide the flirtatious tone. Voice messages from him that she listens to with headphones. Photos he sent her that she's saved in a hidden folder. Notice how protective she becomes of her phone. She takes it to the bathroom now. She sleeps with it under her pillow. She gets anxious when the battery dies. That phone isn't just a device anymore. It's her lifeline to the man she's really thinking about. But sign 4 is the cruelest betrayal of all. She'll do this to your face and make you feel like the crazy one. The comparison trap. You know, Michael at work has such a great sense of humor. You should dress more like that guy over there. Remember how David used to make me laugh? Every comparison is a dagger. When a woman starts comparing you to other men, she's not trying to help you improve. She's revealing who she's really thinking about. Each comparison is her way of saying, "I wish you were more like him." The psychological torture of this sign is that she makes you feel inadequate while she fantasizes about someone else. She plants seeds of insecurity in your mind while watering her garden of desire for another man. Here's what she's really doing. She's testing how much she can talk about other men without you catching on. She mentions his name to see how it feels rolling off her tongue. She brings him up in conversation because she's thinking about him constantly and needs an outlet. The comparison trap is emotional infidelity disguised as helpful feedback. Every time she mentions another man's positive qualities, she's comparing you unfavorably and investing emotional energy in someone else. Sign 5 is where most relationships start dying, and most men don't even realize their funeral is being planned. The fantasy preparation. This one will make you sick. She starts improving herself, but not for you. New workout routine, new clothes, new hairstyle, expensive lingerie you've never seen her wear. She's preparing herself for a man who isn't you. When a woman starts fantasizing about another man, she unconsciously prepares herself for him, even if she'll never act on it. She buys that gorgeous dress imagining how he would react to seeing her in it. She goes to the gym picturing how he would appreciate her improved body. The devastating truth. You're funding her fantasy preparation. You're paying for the gym membership she uses to get in shape for another man. You're complimenting the new dress she bought, hoping to catch his attention. Let me give you the brutal details of what this looks like. She starts waking up early to go to the gym, something she never did before. When you ask about this new motivation, she gives you vague answers like, "I just want to feel better about myself." But here's what she's not telling you. Every rep, Every mile on the treadmill, she's imagining him watching her, admiring her dedication, her body, her transformation. She spends money on expensive skincare products, new makeup, professional hair appointments. When you compliment her new look, she barely acknowledges it. That's because your opinion doesn't matter anymore. She's waiting for his approval, even if it's just imaginary. The most painful part is the new lingerie. She comes home with shopping bags from Victoria's Secret, but you never see her in any of it. When you ask about it, she says she's saving it for a special occasion. What she means is, she's saving it for when she fantasizes about him. She puts it on when you're not home, looks at herself in the mirror, and imagines how he would react. Watch for sudden changes in her appearance that she doesn't seem interested in sharing with you. If she's getting more attractive, but you're not benefiting from it, someone else is on her mind. She's becoming the woman she thinks he wants, not the woman you fell in love with. The gym becomes her sanctuary, not for health, but for hope. Hope that she'll run into him there. Hope that he'll notice her progress. Hope that maybe, just maybe, her fantasy might become reality. Sign number 6, the emotional withdrawal. This might be the most painful sign because it's so gradual. She stops sharing her day with you. She stops asking about yours. The deep conversations dry up, replaced by surface-level small talk about bills and schedules. When her emotional energy is invested in fantasies about another man, there's less left for you. She's having the meaningful conversations in her head with him. She's sharing her dreams, fears, and desires with a fantasy while you get the emotional scraps. The psychological truth is devastating. Emotional intimacy can only be invested in one place at a time. If she's emotionally intimate with a fantasy version of another man, she's emotionally distant from you. You try to connect, but she's distracted. You try to have deeper conversations, but she keeps things shallow. She's protecting her emotional energy for someone else, even if that someone only exists in her mind. Sign 7 is pure psychological warfare. She turns you into the villain for noticing something's wrong. Why are you so paranoid? Can't I have male friends? You're being controlling. She weaponizes your intuition against you, making you feel crazy for noticing what's obvious. This is gaslighting at its finest. She knows you're picking up on her emotional distance, so she flips the script and makes you the problem. Instead of addressing her behavior, she attacks your character for questioning it. The cruelest part, she makes you doubt your own instincts. You know something is wrong, but she's so good at making you feel paranoid that you start questioning your own sanity. This is psychological manipulation designed to protect her fantasy while keeping you in line. She becomes hypersensitive to any questions about her behavior, her phone, or her friendships with other men. Normal curiosity becomes jealousy. Reasonable questions become insecurity. She's protecting her mental affair by attacking your right to notice it. And now for the final sign. This is the most devastating because it makes you question your own sanity. Sign number 8, the performance act. Her reactions during intimacy become theatrical, over the top, fake. She's overcompensating for her mental absence with physical performance. The louder she moans, the less present she actually is. When we're fantasizing about another man during intimacy, we often overcompensate with fake enthusiasm to hide our mental absence. We perform passion instead of feeling it. We act turned on to hide the fact that we're thinking about someone else. This sign is heartbreaking because it feels like she's more into you than ever, but it's actually the opposite. The more she performs, the less genuine her desire becomes. Real passion doesn't need to be performed. It flows naturally. Here's how you can tell the difference between real passion and performance. Real passion is unpredictable, sometimes quiet and intense, sometimes loud and wild, but always authentic to the moment. Performance follows a script. She makes the same sounds, in the same order, at the same time. It's like she's following a playbook of what she thinks you want to hear. Watch her face during these moments. Real pleasure creates involuntary expressions. Her face might scrunch up, her mouth might fall open, her eyes might roll back. But performance keeps her face controlled. almost like she's conscious of how she looks. She's performing for you while her mind is elsewhere. The cruelest irony: while she's performing passion for you, she's saving her real, authentic desire for her fantasies about him. In her mind, she's having genuine, soul-stirring intimacy with another man, while you get the fake version. The performance always starts and stops abruptly. Real passion builds and fades naturally. But when she's performing, she suddenly switches it on when the action starts and switches it off the moment it's over. There's no afterglow, no lingering connection, just a quick return to normal, like an actress stepping off stage. If her reactions seem scripted, if her passion seems forced, if she's suddenly much more vocal than usual, she might be performing for you while fantasizing about him. The most devastating part is that her best performance isn't even for you. It's the authentic passion she reserves for her fantasies about someone else. Stop. Before you go confront her, before you start a fight, before you destroy everything, there's something critical you need to understand. What I'm about to tell you next could either save your relationship or give you the power to walk away with your dignity intact. First, don't confront her immediately. Gather more information. One sign might be explainable, but multiple signs create a pattern. Document what you're seeing without becoming obsessive. Second, work on yourself. Ask honestly, what made her fall for you in the first place? Have you become complacent? Have you stopped being the man she originally desired? Sometimes women fantasize about other men because they're missing something they used to have with you. Third, try to reconnect emotionally. Plan quality time together without distractions. Have deep conversations. Remind her why she chose you. Sometimes fantasy is just an escape from routine, and bringing back excitement can redirect her attention to you. Finally, if the signs persist and you've tried everything, consider couples therapy or prepare yourself for the possibility that this relationship has run its course. Don't stay with someone whose heart and mind belong to someone else. Gentlemen, knowledge is power, but action is everything. In the comments below, I want you to be brutally honest. Have you noticed any of these signs? Don't use her real name, but tell me which sign hit you the hardest. Truth hurts, but lies destroy. Smash that like button if you can handle the truth. Subscribe because I'm going to keep betraying the sisterhood to save your relationships. Sometimes the truth hurts, but it's the only thing that can set you free.